All right, now I'm going to share my screen. Then we'll start. Okay, I did submit some curriculum action changes before spring break and all those. Let me show you what's happening. This, for some reason, is not the actual latest sheet, I don't think. I'll give you a general idea of what's happening. Come on. You never have to switch to our new degrees. You can always stay in the old. I'm just going to tell you what we're changing. The reason is we can't change it for the next 2 years. That's why I had to make a few changes real quick here. We have an advisory committee that we meet with, and they recommended certain things. So that's what these changes are about.
What do you recommend for the people that just changed to the old?
It's not that different. It's not really that different. There's really one change. This is very slow. Come on.
Make bomb face. What?
Yeah, I got that guy.
You like him?
I got
You get Bodie McBoatface?
Yeah, McBoatface, McBoatface, that's what I got.
Now you know when I made this project, remember? Remember last year when they had Bodie McBoatface? Yeah.
Question, why is Bonnie McBombface underneath the whitehouse.gov email address?
Oh, wow.
All right. I don't know why this is so slow. This is not the actual latest form. We did make some changes, but it's okay. This is close. What we did change is we did remove technical report writing. Because, here's why. It's an important class, but even if you had it, you still had to get Comp 2. So people were like, well, you said one or the other, and now I can take them both. Well, then just don't take the other one now. So we made that change there. Speech is now up here. So this whole speech prefix is up here now. Again, I don't know why this isn't the latest sheet, but digital forensics and cryptography are now required for both the cyber and the digital forensics option. Okay? Still must get a B in them. Okay? Let's see what else did we change. The cyber option is now only 3 classes. And you notice this class here, this is a brand new class, Enterprise Threat Assessment. We had a meeting with Booz Allen Hamilton, a very large defense contractor. They talked about what they need, and they really need people that are good on policy writing, threat assessment, stuff like that. So what this class is, it's kind of, see, originally we had ESM, ISA, and SSAC. Does anyone remember we had all those? And we kind of combined them all into ISM. Well, ISM touches on all of them, but this class is going to focus on contingency planning, disaster recovery, and one other one, and risk assessment. Basically, the entire class is going to be writing those policies and evaluating those policies, because that's what we're finding that people need. People in the real world need people who know that information. So we said, you know what? And they already said they'll hire our people. They actually have one of our people working there already. So we might as well give them what they need. If that's what they need, we're going to give it to them. Our goal is to make our degree to get you guys a job. So that's why we did that, okay? We also made an embedded cert, so maybe you don't want to come here and get all the gen ed stuff and get a degree. You can now get this degree, this cybersecurity certificate. There will be more certificates sooner or later, but I didn't have time to do them all. So you can now just do these, because we have some people that says, you know, I just don't want to take the gen eds. Well, then good, get this. And you don't need all the beginning courses, but try passing digital forensics with no experience whatsoever in anything. You're going to have a hard time, okay? And we also changed a little bit about the order of enrollments. We really didn't change all that much. The digital forensics degree made kind of the same changes there. And the top, like I said, speech, that's gone, and speech is up there now. Again, it requires both digital forensics and cryptography. I'm finding something. The data recovery and analysis and digital forensics reporting course are going to be combined. Those of you who are taking them separate now, well, sorry. After teaching them, I got to thinking about it. I said, you know, they really, really do need to be combined. It would make it so much easier. So they will be combined. You can complete it the way it is now, but So that's really the only change we made there. And then we have a digital forensic certificate that's going to be available. So those of you can actually get a degree and a certificate now. And it's just something else you can get. So you can get the cybersecurity degree and a digital forensic certificate, or both, or whatever you feel like doing. It's just another option for you. Yeah, because you have most of those, don't you? Yeah, you're good. And these will go into effect in the fall. So, well, it doesn't mean you can still take another class something in the fall somewhere. Yeah, because are you totally done now? Yeah, if you're totally done, I don't think you get it because you have to take something in the new program. So. These are the only certs we have at the moment. We have not had a chance to do the other certs yet because of the actual cybersecurity framework as specified by the government has changed too much, and I didn't have time to do it. Okay. So that's what we really changed in our program. Okay. All right. So I went through training last week for a certified ethical hacker. Very, very, very good training. I did not use the EC Council materials. This company made their own, and they were excellent. Lots of hands-on stuff, lots of capture the flags and cool stuff. I even have an exam prep guide, and if you knew this exam, you would pass the test, put it that way. If you could take this document right here, for some reason it's ungodly small, and if you knew all these answers, you would pass the CEH exam. Would anybody be interested if I put this up online so y'all could look at it? Yes. So I'll say, it's not the test, but there's a lot of it that's like, oh, that's amazingly similar. Instead of the word cat, they put the word dog. I'm telling you, that's exactly one of the questions. I'm like, I remember this question, but it said dog, now it's cat. That's all they changed. So it's good. The class I went to was 5 days long, all day long, and half the night. But they actually taught us, so I will put this up there for you. And there's all kinds of other command references, and I had a great time learning some of this stuff, and I had all these great demos in mind. Then I realized they don't work inside a Rose State's network. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Well, the reason is Rose State blocks a lot of outbound traffic, so it kind of sucks. It's like, well, I'm going to do something through vSphere so you can see what they're kind of looking like from the outside. And like, I'm not doing it tonight, but I actually did a SQL injection attack, many of them. So I own this awesome new website. I'm going to show it to you. It's pretty cool. Well, if I can get it to load, you're going to like it. Ready? If I can spell my own name right. kdewey.com. It's pretty awesome. You like that? That's my website. But I'm going to use it for projects. Like we currently have the current forensics project is there. There's the forensics project. So that way I can put them up there. See, originally that was running inside the Rose State network, but then this way you can do it from home. So, but now I'm going to put a database on there so we can practice SQL injection and stuff like that. So that's why, that's one of the reasons I got this. So, yeah, I got this awesome website. It's free, by the way. It didn't cost me nothing. But I want to open up a machine here and show you a couple demos, if I can find it. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Nmap. Awesome tool. That I did at least 500 different things with Nmap. Yes. Literally during the entire class we used nothing but Kali, and literally command line only. There wasn't a GUI in sight. That's why I kept telling you guys. So many of you send me a picture. I'm like, dude, I need to know the command you're running. I can't. A picture of it is not telling me nothing. So
you can't see your command.
Right. I'm going to ping. Well, first of all, does anyone know how to find out like what Rose State's email server is? I can use Dig. I can use NSLOOKUP. There's lots of different. Dig is probably the easiest, but I'm going to go over here and look under NW Tools. it's a website I use for a lot of different things. You can go in here and say, you know what, I want to find out about rose.edu, and it's going to tell me all their DNS information. Okay. So what would, first of all, just a refresher, inside DNS, this is an A record. That's a host record. In other words, you know, how it maps to an IP address, okay? So what do you think the mail records would be? MX, for mail exchanger. So what's our mail server's name? Mail.rose.edu or mx2.rose.edu. So easy enough to find those. So from inside this machine, I'm going to ping them. Am I in the right machine? Okay. I'm going to ping mail.rose.edu. Ping stands for Packet Internet Groper. It's an ICMP command. It's used to just check connectivity. It gave me the IP. See how it resolved the IP at the top there? Actually sent out a DNS request and said, hey, what's this guy's IP? And it's not doing much. Well, let's make sure my computer even has a connection that's good. It's been Google. Oh yeah, Google's up. Okay. What was the other one? MX2? Okay. Did anyone see anything different from this top command up here and this bottom command here? What's the IP address? Can we see that?
Same.
It's the same IP address. Why did they do that? I don't know. It sounds to me like they're probably in the middle of renaming it, so they gave it two names and just didn't delete the old name. But you notice how Google returned instantly. What's happening here? Is it even there? So how can we test it? How about if we use a tool like Nmap? You can, now with Nmap, there's a -S, which means scan, and you can specify all kinds of different, like N is for enumeration. I'm going to do a scan on mail.rose.edu. It's down. Well, let's do it again. mx2.rose.edu. Okay, so you agree with me that website's down.
That website is down. It seems down.
Seems down. Well, with Nmap, you can do all kinds of stuff. I can do a UDP scan. Still down. I can do a Christmas scan. Yes, it's called a Christmas scan. Still down. I can do a TCP scan. Still down. So why? Okay, it's not down. Okay. Any ideas why it's not replying? Working on it, no. Doesn't want to reply. Basically, we're blocking pings, and Nmap is trying to check if it's there with a ping. So with Nmap, you can do what's called a -PN, which is host discovery. It says, don't ping it. So Nmap's going to be like, okay, let's try some other ways. Oh, now it's up. So basically, they got a firewall that's blocking it, but now we're able to find it out today. Even though you're blocking me, I can still see that you're up. And now I can also do an SV to find a version. I could have done just a V as well.
What's PN?
Host discovery, ping no. Don't ping. Okay, so now we actually know with the version added to it. Let's just try SV without the PN. Still says it's down because it's still trying to ping it. Okay, so now I'm going to add a PN. And by the way, I will be incorporating this into many more projects. This whole it's down. Just so you know. Because I mean, if you think about it, if you ran this initially, you'd be like, it's down. Well, no, it's not down because obviously it's up. So what is running on that port? That port 25. which is normally SMTP, but it's actually not on this one. What type of system is it? It's a Cisco firewall. So you can see how we could get it some information. Now, I could also do a -F for fast. Probably not going to get anything else. I could also do a -T4, which will also be fast. T4. The default operation of Nmap is to only scan the first 1,000 ports, the common ports. Okay. Well, what happens if we have something after that? Do they want to know how to scan the other ports? -P. Let's go 1 through how many ports we got? I guess it would have. Whoa. Wait a minute. 655. What's the number? Oh, that's right. You can't use fast scan when specifying the ports. Duh. Good catch. There you go. So it was funny. We had to do a capture the flag. We had to break into this web server. Well, they had it on port. It was like 65412. So if you did a regular scan, it wouldn't appear because it was outside the normal range. So there's just a lot of stuff you can do with this tool. Okay. Now you notice it's taking a little bit longer. Instead of 1,000, it's doing 65,000. Now, if Rose State was monitoring their firewall, what do I think they'd be seeing about now? A lot of stuff. Now, we could have done a SYN scan. We could have done all kinds of other scans to get around them from, you could have done a slow scan, which literally takes forever. But it makes it so it's not quite as detectable. Because the whole point of this, you don't really want to be detected. In this case, I don't care. We're just doing it. So I bet they're like, what the hell is Ken doing now? Is it ever going to finish?
How useful is like the FTP bounce scan?
Let me tell you this. Every scan has its use. Okay? It's just that, you know, here's something I didn't realize. Switches. Say you buy a switch for your house. Okay? I can buy a new gigabit switch for my house. Do you know how many MAC addresses that switch can handle? First of all, a switch, you know what a switch is.
Yes.
Which has ports on. And you connect devices into the ports. A normal switch can handle 4,000 MAC addresses. So that means all the devices connected on your network, whether it's straight into the switch or a switch into a switch into a switch or into a hub or into a router, holds 4,000. What is the default action when it runs out? Anybody?
Drop the first one that it got.
No, totally opens up every port. And it becomes a hub. And I didn't believe the guy, and he actually brought up the documentation. We went on Amazon, typed in, okay, how many ports do we want? 16 port Netgear, 16 port. Sure enough, that's what it does. Defaults to open once it hits 4,000 addresses. So really, all you got to do is use HPing 3. Right. You can make 4,000 MAC addresses in like 0.2 seconds. Then every port's wide open on your switch. You're like, serious? Okay. So it didn't find anything else on this firewall. Okay. So y'all see it finally finished? Now I'm going to, let's just change this up a little. Let's do -SN. We'll do my house. Okay. Okay, my house is up.
I didn't know my house was inappropriate.
Now I'm going to do a -T, a TCP scan, see if we get anything different there. So I have one port open at my house. 8083, because it is a common port. And then let's do a PN, see if we get anything different. We shouldn't, but we could. I mean, it's really kind of cool. Now let's do it with an SV this time. So if you ever checking some of this stuff, it's always handy to know what's on the other side. So what do you think I have on port 8083 up here? Anybody?
TCP server, I assume that's what SRV is, right?
Okay, here's now with SV. What do we have different now? So now we know it's running a web server. And it's BOA 094.13. What do you think that might be? I can't just copy. You suck. Hold on. BOA 0.94.13. Do it right? BOA. I think it was an O, wasn't it? It's got to be an O. Okay. So obviously it's a web server. So what do you think it might be? It's a file scan camera. So now just seeing the port with the SV scan, you can actually see that I actually have a camera running with open access to the internet. But you can't connect.
Maybe not so.
It's not quite that open. But the point is you're able to find out some information about it. So now if you want to break into this camera, now at least you know it's camera and you know what version it is. So and it's like Rose State. Yeah, their mail server is not responding, but now we know it's actually a Cisco firewall. So what it is that firewall is answering port 25, then forwarding it on to our mail server. So our mail server is not technically external to the school. So Nmap, you can do all kinds of crazy cool stuff with it. Okay. And like the project y'all are working on, Nmap, and I gave you all 160.50.64, 58.104.208/28. Wow, did that kill at least 10 of you? At least 10 of you. Basically, this says Nmap scan this network,
And this ran.
and this is what's called the CIDR, classless interdomain routing. Okay.
That was the first thing I found out.
Trust me, it took a while for me to get the one that would work perfectly. So it comes up and tells me, oh, we got 2 machines running. We got 210 and 220. So many of you did this. It's like, that's not what I told you.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not up. No joke, and I probably got at least 30 emails on that. Some people was over and over. Was that one of you over and over and over?
No, I keep them busy.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
It was down. The server was down.
Not for long. Wasn't even down for 24 hours. No, but it just so happened, it did go down for a reason. We had power outages, and it killed the UPS, and they wonder how long it was actually down for? I mean, the actual power on Rose State. Because my UPS in my office didn't even last.
It went out at 4 o'clock, came back at like 9, but then it went back out again during the night.
Jeez. So by doing this with the 28, that's giving me a range. What the 28 does, well, what the heck did I just do? Okay, I want Notepad here.
You know, you're running on that 208, all of them will pass.
What the heck?
It won't be in there.
58.104.208, and then what I gave you?
Use a 400 port.
Then I gave you /28. What /28 does is that's a CIDR, classless interdomain routing. So with 28, what? Whoops. Okay. 28 is how many zeros? 28. Whoops. Okay. 28 is just the number of ones. So there's 8, 16, 24, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 28. And 4 zeros. So what this is telling me is how big our network is. So how many hosts do we have? Well, the way you do it, let me change my font so it's a little bit bigger. Let's go up to 20. Okay. So you take the 28, convert it into all ones. Okay. Then you count out the number of zeros. How many zeros we got? So we go 2 to the 4th power equals what? 16. Okay. So we started 208 to what? To be 18, 19, 20, 21, 24? That should be the address it's getting. Let's see if I did that one right. So now I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do, let's do a dash S, let's do a dash ST, and we'll turn off host discovery just in case there's something hidden that's not answering to a ping. So a minute ago, we only got 2 hosts. We got 210 and 220. I made it so if you just did a plain old scan, you'd at least to see the right machine. Just wouldn't see a lot. But you had to do the right scan. Go on. Well, it's probably you guys all killing the darn network. You probably did.
There's 8 of them running right now.
Okay, there's 16 hosts. It's obviously a lot more than 2. So did I come up with 16? Yes, I did. So look at that, my math even matches. It's like I might have done this once or twice. Okay, so 220 is that. Let's start at the top here. Okay. Where did I start it? There it is. Is this the one? Okay, we did it with the dash PN. So we got 210s up, 221s up. No, 210s up, 211s up. And then 220 should be up. Is that it? Yeah, 220s up. The rest of them are up. They're just not open on certain ports, so they don't need to be up. It's kind of like our firewall, you know. And if I did this again with a dash V, we should actually even be able to see what's running on these. Because think about it. If I was to take the telnet, I could actually run a web server on port 23. That would be no problem at all. So you might think, if you see 23, you might think it's telnet, but it could actually be a web server. Let's see what we get here. Come on.
And they could get a Zombocom website or email.
Did I get a Zombocom email?
Yep, there's a Zombocom email.
And where? Oh, in the email addresses? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You get a Zombocom.
Come on, there's not that many numbers. Jeez.
Right, the White House.
Y'all did at least find the page with the emails on it so far?
That was the
That was the easiest part.
And that was up forever. That never went down.
waiting for freaking.
Yeah, at least with the John the Ripper, you could push the button and just get a status for it.
Well, you could do it with the dash V and it would show you the stuff. And you could have just output it to a text file, the greater than results, and then just keep viewing the text file. Could have done it.
That.
You know that. Okay, it's done. Here we go. So now we know. There's 220. So 220 is running Apache. And it's Debian. What is 210 running? 210, okay, 211 is running OpenSSH. 210 is running Telnet. And SSH, but it's turned off. So that's why it shows it there. It's kind of like, okay, it's got SSH, but you can't use it. So you can very easily find this that I'm running Telnet. Okay. So what was I running? Let's check and see what I'm running on kdewey.com. I don't even I know it's a Linux variant. Does anyone even look at what the KDewey website is?
All I did was wget that thing.
Yeah, and it was done.
And I went to the list of emails. That's all I did.
Yeah. Man, that was a tough one to make. See, it's always been running internal here, but I'm like, if I put it external, that way anybody can get to it no matter what. I got 100 meg of space, so I just do it on there.
John, that WG worked perfect. That was the easy.
And it was funny, one of the students, it won't work with WG. I'm like, yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. But
It was not first.
it wasn't at first.
Yes.
Because that website hasn't changed in 3 weeks. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there's something wrong on their side.
Or maybe they were trying to run WG in Windows. I ran it in Linux.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But if you did look at the main page, you all did see it was there.
I mean, the page gave you a link. The main page gave you a link. Well, at least gave you a link to the website.
There's a link right here at the very bottom. All you had to do is do view page source. It's right there.
Yeah, that's
pass2.html. Pass2.html. Right? How do we get out of page source?
And then you just right click and then stop viewing page source. No, that's not wrong.
Oh, look, there they are. See how easy that was? It was Bobby McMomface. He's awesome. Wow, that site is still doing something.
People trying to get that list.
That's a free website with unlimited data transfers. Thanks to David for turning me on to that one. Like I said, there's got to be somewhere that's free. Yeah, there's some that give you free, but only a certain amount of transfers. This one was unlimited transfer. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Because knowing you guys, you're going to get it 85 times. I don't know why it's not returning anything. All right, well, we're going to stop messing with that one. All right, Hydra. Let's talk about Hydra for a minute. If you just type Hydra by itself, it'll come up and tell you this is version 8.1. Which works great, by the way. 8.4 works fine as well. It seems that 8.2 and 8.3 have some slight issues and false positives.
So the one that was loaded into
You got 8.2.
8.2, the one in Cali does not.
I'm telling you.
But I'm going to tell you an easy way to make it work. There is a Windows version of 8.1 you can download.
Been running for hours. He's still in use.
There it is, right there, done. You can just get it. That one still works. They updated it, and
Why doesn't it work?
I don't know the exact problem, but I know some things have changed. Like on 8.4, on 8.4, if you specify, like, what protocol is it? If you do it with Telnet, then you give it the 164.58.104.210:23 / what's that other command? What's the secret hint? That gives you the protocol, the port, host, and the Telnet all in one. Okay? And how did I find that out? It's amazing. It tells you right inside of here. Did it? Service mode. Oh, hold on. Usage. Should give it to me. Why isn't it giving me the... There it is. It says, okay. Module Telnet is optionally taking a string which is displayed after a successful login, which we know is the Telnet string. If you're running version 8.4, it actually tells you where to put it. It goes right out, it's a slash and then the string. Yeah, see, they go into more depth here. But 8.4 does not support the -M, is why you have to put it afterwards. Yeah, they just, it's, what?
Would you show us that command again?
I just deleted it. I just deleted it, really. I mean, it kind of shows it to you right here. It's Telnet, the IP, :port /string. I mean, that's it. That's how I figured it out. I read the manual. And actually, I'm sorry, it's ://
That work? Can would that work in like Chrome?
No, there's no way it would. So yeah,
No,
I
that
mean
was
that
a dumb question.
if you update to 8.4, if you run apt-get update, that is apt-get update, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll do it all for you. And the version for Mac is 8.4. That's why I did that, and it ran fine. So okay. This is the telnet stream, by the way. All right, but on the older versions, you're just going to use the -M that way. The new version doesn't support it. Like if I do Hydra, will this even tell me what -M does? See, it doesn't even tell you in here that it even does that. The only way you can find that is by using X Hydra. It might be. Let's see. I'll look for the -M. The big M is file. But even with this version here, I was telling people, I said, you need to use -M. So it'd be like, M specifies a file, no little m. It's totally, no, it doesn't even, see, it doesn't even say it in here, which is weird. Let's see if we can find it on Google.
In Google, we put a minus in front of something that can stop showing.
Let's put, that should show it that way.
I got those paint spray.
Where you seeing, oh, good point. Can anyone read Chinese?
I think it's.
But I know it's in there because I found it. That's why I was trying to get these work. But if you want to run Kali for Windows, just tell Hydra 8.1 for Windows download right there. He gives it to you. Okay.
I don't want to be the only one who's going to get used.
Yeah. 8.4 works fine. You can update to it. You can download 8.4 because the package and everything. I installed it, and that's why I know it works. Did anyone try using that command I just showed you on 8.2? Does it work?
Fine, yeah.
Let's see. I don't have all the files in here, so I can't run it. Yeah. Yeah, it needs all the rest of it though. Let's go with
What's at the very top of that?
hold on. Let's go with the 164. Nothing. So let's go over here and put in, and sometimes the order does matter, specifically in Hydra. And
So that's that question. Can you just put it at the end?
yeah, it does take it. Oh, we want to try the other command, didn't we? Yeah, M works in here. I want to try the other command.
What version is this?
This is 8.1. This is an older one. But, one thing you need to think about is these tools are always changing. And you can, yeah, it even takes a new command, so there you go. Obviously, it's not going to work because that's not the right password. But yeah, the new command does work in the old version of Hydra even.
So you just need to put the M at the end of it? Like,
No, there's no M in there.
This is going to be a dumb question. What are you even doing right now? Like, what is that?
Oh, I told it to use the username Ken and the password to break into that telnet server.
Oh, so that's how you test. That's how you test to see if you didn't have a false positive.
No, here's how you test if you have a false positive. I'll show you. Stop.
Okay, yeah, that way. Yeah, you just go and tell them that direction. But then what does the other one do?
I'm in.
I know it's a dumb question. Do we even?
And see, hence the whole online password right there. See what I successfully logged in, see what it gave me? That's what that telnet string's doing. It's looking for the return string of online password. Can you all see that? Okay. I can't show you too much more in there because you see all the stuff. So now we know that command does work. Now, if you're doing with a file, you would obviously replace the L with the L.
That's not dumb for you to explain it, but what is that right there then?
What's what?
What does that whole command? What does that whole string there mean? Because you probably explained
Okay,
it,
so that's.
but it's slipped right
So-
out.
Okay. I'll show you.
You hit all those
Okay.
little dashes and stuff, that's the command.
Hydra is the program we're running. Dash small l means
Just the word.
just the single username. So I'm saying Ken.
Okay.
If I had a dash capital L, I would have to provide it a file name. Small l, single username.
And as long as it's in that directory, you don't have to put any.
Right, as long as it's in the same directory. Where you're at. Not the same directory as Hydra, the same directory where you're at. And the same with the P. Small p
Same
means
directory.
tries that as a single password.
So we were using the Windows. So we were putting it in the Windows one, it would be Hydra, and then we wouldn't have Hydra capital L and then name of the user.
The file name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The name of the username file name that we.
Right, and then password same. Capital P is the file, lowercase p is an individual one. And it does tell us that. Watch. See, it tells you right here. That small l is username, big L is file name. Okay. Small p is individual password, big P is file password. There you go. We can
Hydra
specify.
Capital L, so Hydra capital L username file, capital P password file, and then telnet.
: / just like they have here.
/
Just, just like this example, instead of FTP, you're going to put telnet, and you're going to put the port at the end.
/ the IP, and then port.
Right, just like they have here. I mean, they gave you a good example. I think it will default to 23, but no. And then you put / and then that string at the end. Just like I ran right there. Oh, it works fine.
Just people been having trouble with it.
Now, here's why I don't like it. People come over here and they'll run it, and they'll send me a picture of this output window. I don't know what you're doing.
Something's happening on mine.
Or they have it down here.
I can't get it to go up. Like I can't get it. I can't.
Yeah, your resolution's not big enough.
If you watch the video, he goes over that.
But the problem is people were sending me this picture. I'm like, I can't do nothing with this picture because I don't know what you're running. All I'm seeing is the output. I need, and then Mr. Yoga Mat keeps sending me this,
Yes.
half a command. I'm like,
Well, again, it's because my resolution.
yeah,
Try portrait mode.
Oh, so you're Mr. Yoga.
Yes.
Okay.
don't worry. A lot of you were sending me sideways pictures, upside down pictures. So I'm like, what the heck are y'all doing?
Yeah, so probably he got pissed off and he's like, put it in the command line.
This is so much easier.
Yeah.
And on here, here's that whole telnet string. And once you do that, you'll notice it actually, come on, put it in there.
Okay, but-
Come on, put it in there, you stupid thing. Yeah.
Or I changed it.
I just put that there.
James, put that there.
Yeah, I need up to here. Let's put in Ken. That's the right password, but no, it's not. I think I'm gonna put the right password in there. Oh,
Password, not short. Not short.
Okay. Yeah, well, it did. It put the connect string up here.
Back and forth. Okay.
Okay. Normally puts it at the end. That's weird. I wonder why I put it up there. Maybe because I added it first. Okay. There are a lot of emails in there. What? See the command down here?
What's the command to output? What's the command to output to a file? I forget. Is it dash F? No, dash F. The dash F is close. When you
Hold
find
on.
Dash F is closed when you find it. When it finds the purchase. Dash O. It's dash O, right? Yeah, dash O is output.
Or that.
Or forward slash.
Okay. Anything can go. You can send anything to a file with a greater than the file name. Okay, anything. Or you can do dash O. But like that nmap command, let's find the nmap command. Let's go back 87 commands here. Where's the one where I showed? So now I'm going to run that command against our server, but I'm also using grep. You're going to learn about grep in lab 12. The grep is basically saying, okay, run that command. I know it's kind of near the bottom of the screen.
So it run multiple of the Windows elements at once, correct?
Yeah, and then take it and send it through more and search for the 23. So it's going to show the only port with 23. Yes.
Once that's done, press Control R.
I can bring up another window.
It's more interesting than we already have. Just type anything and it will search.
Oh, okay.
You say Control R.
Control R. It doesn't matter where the string is in the command.
Oh, so I could go in here and say, well, so if I said, oh, so it shows the command? No, because that's, right? Boy, oh yeah, that was a long time ago. That's what the IP address originally was on years ago. It doesn't work anymore, by the way.
Oh, that's okay. That's only okay.
Okay.
You can also do exclamation point.
Didn't show it? You suck. Oh yeah, it did show it. So I ran that command right here. Let me show you. So I ran a version scan with host discovery. I gave it the IP address and I did more. In other words, I'm sending the command, the results somewhere. I'm sending them to grep, and grep is a search tool. I said search for 23. So it returned exactly 23. And also returned this command because it has a 23 in it, and that's it. So it's kind of nice. You could actually search for, it's very handy when you have tons and tons of output. Like you guys, you could actually do it with the, what is it when it successfully connects? What's that command? Does anyone know?
What do you mean? Kick where it kicks out after it finds a successful one?
Yeah.
Dash F.
No. What it finds a real one? There's a different string in it.
Well, I don't know.
I can't put one in here because you have the answer. I can't show you that. But it does return a different string. You can actually put a portion of the string here and it'll output only the ones it finds. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. We're going to do a bunch more with that in another project. So that help at all?
Some. It helped at least get us on the right. It helped get me at least on the right track.
So the one that's accounts doesn't work. So we got to update that. What do we do to update the one that's
App deck, is it app apt-get update? APT. And you do update, and then you got to do it again with upgrade, don't you?
Yeah. And instead of updating, it's upgrade. So it's APT. Get
APT-get.
You can do dash Y.
Do what?
You can do space dash Y. So you don't have to no slash or dash.
If you want to just
Like
update
that?
Hydra, you can just do apt-get install Hydra. So they install Hydra.
Yeah, that's how I did it on mine.
They'll just update Hydra instead of every. Right, that's probably the best.
Might as well update it.
I don't want to update this one because it's the master image.
Well.
Actually, no, this isn't the master image. There, it's done. No, it didn't do it.
Do that after I get this project.
No, I didn't do.
It's already the newest version. Oh, maybe, no, you guys get 8.2. How can this possibly be the newest version?
It's on the old repo. I found that out when I checked the digital price.
Oh, well,
It's on the old rolling repo for Cali.
just try it on yours because this is not the one you guys are running.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an actual, this one had an issue with John last semester.
Running Ubuntu, install it on this, it's has 8.1 on the stock Ubuntu.
It does? Actually, 8.1 works perfectly. So, yeah, 8.1 works with no problem. But again, 8.4 works as long as you give it that command I showed you. That command, wherever I put it, works fine. It's gone now. We lost it. It's gone for life. All right.
I did that and it says that 8.2 is.
And if you type this command,
It blows everything up.
it's pretty cool. You do this, and the lecture's over.
Oh my goodness.
All right, any other questions, anything?
Okay, okay. The keys we're looking for we'll get as soon as we find a successful login. Correct?
Yes. Any login will get you the keys.
All right, so as soon as we get a successful login, we'll get.
Well, you have to go get the keys.
Yes.
Yes.
But you gotta type in a command to get the keys.
Yeah, hence that's one of the quiz questions. What's the command to get the keys? Oh, it's very simple to find. It's like get keys, basically.
I know the command, I just need to get into it, to use the command.
All right, so I will put that ethical hacker question stuff, and I'll also load all these. There's like a whole bunch of Nmap command documents up here. Will these be helpful?
Yes.
Yes.
All these different scan things and cheat engine for all these different commands. I'm sorry, cheat sheet.
Okay, let's see. Are we taking the same program here? Because that's for.
And look, this even shows you Verboso, UDP scan, SYN scan, all those. Even shows you more over here. So, all right, so I will put these up there. All right, and we're about done. Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing now. Who's online anyway? 2 of you. Okay, bye, guys.